was spreading like wildfire. I was retiring after 27 years as an associate director of 150 Army rocket scientists. I know, hard to believe, right? Well, one day, my last day, one of my lady scientists came to my office, and it was to say goodbye, and she asked me a question that nobody had ever asked me before. How did you become so confident? Later that night, I was still thinking about that question because it sure didn't start out that way. I grew up with my grandparents, and we were so poor we couldn't live in a real house, right? So you are looking at a worldwide, bona fide trailer park kid, just saying. I also got the family heirlooms. I didn't have straight teeth, and I got the bad complexion. And I had a huge crush on this guy at school, and he was really popular. And I knew it was never going to go anywhere because he was handsome, and I was the nerdy girl with the bad skin. But one day I walked into the classroom, and I sat down. I was putting my books under my desk, and I looked up, and he was sitting down right in front of me. And it felt like this magical fairy tale moment, right? And he's sitting there, and he slowly turns around, and he leans in until his face is close to mine, and he says, "What are those spots on your face?"
Oh.
Whew. Man, I fought back some big tears on that one. I was absolutely devastated. My confidence was the lowest it's ever been right there. But I thought to myself, you know what? I don't have straight teeth, and I don't have beautiful skin. But what I do have is my brain. And my brain was my ticket out. I realized that I had to believe in myself and take action to get out of there. I accepted a scholarship, and I took this big, scary step to move 2 hours away and go to college by myself. And 5 years later, I was an electrical engineer with a great job with the Army, and I was able to pay for my own braces. Hello. I wish I could say my journey was smooth sailing to the top, but that would be an epic lie. I worked for 15 years for a supervisor who did not believe in my potential at all. He never gave me an excellent rating when others gave me glowing reports, and he even told me that men should make more than women. So you're probably asking, why'd you stay there? Well, back then, if you told me I couldn't do something, listen, I was going to prove you wrong. So I kept working 15 years trying to prove my work to someone who was never going to acknowledge it. And then lucky for me, he retired. And my new supervisor believed in my potential and truly encouraged me to believe in myself. And that's when everything changed. I started taking that action that propelled my career forward. I started accepting leadership positions that allowed me to give value to my organization. And based on those results, I was selected to attend senior service college. And that's where Army leaders are trained for senior roles. And that opened the door. That gave me the biggest break of my career. I accepted a position as deputy director of an outstanding organization that had a culture of innovation. Their culture was centered around what I call supported risk-taking. They encouraged us to stretch for the big wins that required taking risks. But they also provided the safety net of a community of experts that would assist if things got wobbly. They were masters of the 3 pillars of the technique I teach today in the BC3 Leadership Success Formula. And those pillars are, 1, build confidence, 2, build community, and 3, build a culture of supported risk-taking. They were masters of that. So when my director was suddenly sick and out of the office for 6 months, I had to immediately take the reins and start traveling to the Pentagon to brief senior leaders. So because of that community of experts and the career development I'd received, I was able to successfully defend our program again and again. They also provided professional media training. So when they threw me into a room full of reporters, I was polished and ready to go. That's a few stories of the training that I got and the support I got from leaders that propelled my career forward. But there's a real cost to not supporting employees' development. You may have heard of the staggering cost of employee turnover. And that averages about 17%, but there's another statistic that is far more of a threat to your bottom line. Approximately 47% of high performers left their jobs in 2022 alone. That's almost half. High performers are about 400% more effective than average employees, so that's a real threat to your bottom line right there. Have you got plans in place if half your high performers walk out the door? If you're not providing opportunities to build your employees' confidence and deepen their skills and expertise, you're missing out and you're impacting your bottom line. So speaking of bold action, I left the Army and started my speaking business, and it's allowed me to travel and become an author and a TEDx speaker and pursue my passion of helping others become successful. And today I offer corporate leadership talks and workshops and help people with principles rooted in these PC3 pillars that help managers become unstoppable high-performance leaders. So today I'm here standing with you, confidently operating at a level I never would have dreamed possible at the trailer park. Right? But you guys probably feel that way too, right? When you think all the way back to where you started. And I would love to help you transform your employees from lacking the confidence to speak up to showing up as a confident powerhouse. I invite you to take one quick, easy action step that will truly help your employees become confident and engaged if you do it consistently. Picture one person you think has potential that doesn't quite believe in themselves yet. What would you do to encourage them? Block off time on your calendar and go encourage them. That's it. It's simple. Simple. It's effective. But remember, you may be the only person in their life that believes in their potential. Be that leader that gives them the opportunity to reach that potential. And in the words of Kathy Calvin, success is not just about making money. It's about making a difference. And that's what we're doing here today.